I like your style.
All about style.
Dr. Frank List is with us today. Welcome back to the room. Yeah.
Thanks. Great for having me.
So we've got lots to talk about.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Sure you can.
30-second funny story?
30-second funny story.
My office manager, Rose, posts an email to all the staff saying, listen to Chum FM tomorrow morning. Dr. List is going to be interviewed by Marilyn Dennis, Canada's Oprah. I didn't realize you were Canada's Oprah.
I don't know why they say that.
Was that supposed to be a funny story,
not a
Dr.
funny
Frank?
story.
Well,
That-
I'm kind of worried she's going to ask me a question. I'm going to start to cry or something.
Did you take any kind of to enhance your... No.
Dr. Frank Lister from the Plastic Surgery Clinic.
Oprah's a category, and I'm not even in that category. We're going to talk about beauty skin care myths, and the first one is, hey, you don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day.
Right.
You don't need sunscreen, do you?
Sunburns and skin damage comes from UVA and UVB, and it just goes right through clouds with no problem at all.
Right. So what is the number that you should be
30 at least.
No.
Even through the
Every
iCloud?
day.
Yes.
Even through the iCloud.
Uh-huh. But no less than 30, and a lot of people don't realize
Yeah.
that. And now with skincare, especially when it comes to women and foundation, they put it in the foundation, which is great.
And that can work, but you need to be sure that the concentration's right.
Right.
The other thing that people have misconception about is wearing a hat. Oh, I wore a hat. You know, a hat is worth an SPF of 2.
Oh.
So it's like you're wearing 2 if you're wearing a hat, because so much of the light we get is reflected, right? Off the sand, off
Yeah,
water,
right,
off windows.
right.
So a hat's worth nothing.
You know, it's interesting because I think women are more apt to apply sunscreen than men. I think about people on the golf course. I think
Yeah.
about, well, I'm wearing a cap, and then there's that sunscreen that does not hit. They don't put it over their ears.
Oh, yeah.
So how often do you have to apply? Even though you're wearing a hat, when you have sunscreen on, it's just not one application.
Well, you know,
A day?
it depends. I mean, if on a day like today, I think it should be part of your routine and you should put it on.
Mm-hmm.
And in the morning would be fine. But if you're when you guys are down south, you need to be putting it on every couple of hours.
Right,
Just
right.
reapplying, especially because if you're sweating and in the water or something.
And I know that we don't apply enough when we put it on. You have to, like, ample as
Yeah,
amounts.
you
have
gotta.
to.
Guys don't like it, but you got to make it a little greasy. Rub it in, and
Yeah.
if you just put a little sparingly amount, it's not gonna
gonna
do the
help.
trick.
A friend of mine has to be mindful of the clothing he wears, seriously, because the sun can penetrate a lot of cotton
Absolutely.
shirts, right?
Sure, especially a light T-shirt. So someone's wearing a light T-shirt,
Yeah.
you get a burn on your back. Said, how'd that happen? I was wearing a shirt. Goes right through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next beauty skin care myth: tanning or sunbathing clears up my skin. You know, I just find that it clears up my skin. It helps me with my acne on my back, that sort of thing. I'm sure you've heard that time and time
Yeah,
again.
well, you know, lots of things clear up skin. You know, one of the biggest things that causes skin to break out is stress. And, you know, if you're away on holiday, you're not stressed, your skin's going to get better, even if you weren't in the sun. And yes, there is some evidence that UV radiation helps kill bacteria, but, you know, you're using UV radiation to make your acne better. I mean, you're probably, in the long run, making your skin way worse.
Way worse. So that's
Way
just
worse.
that's a myth. Another skincare myth is chocolate and greasy foods make your skin break out. Well, we now know that that's not true.
Yeah,
but that came up, like, I
unfortunately.
remember suffering from acne when I was in high school, and that was the first thing that they told us.
I know. It's that's just because they didn't want you to eat that
I
stuff.
guess so. But what does cause acne? And there's adult acne too.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing is hormones, right?
Yeah.
So in adult acne, most typically in women, as you get a change in your hormonal level, it causes you to break out. So women who are 40 suddenly say, hey, I never had acne before, not since I was a kid. What's going on? And they start to look at what their food, but really it's a hormonal change.
And the breakouts happen in isolated cases, like along the chin line, for
Yeah,
example.
you know-
Is that true? How it represents different parts of?
Well, you know what we always say is the greasy T, right? Across
Yes.
the forehead, down the nose, and on the chin. And so, yeah, I mean, do foods make a difference? Well, you know, there's some evidence that high glycemic index carbs may cause it, but greasy foods, no.
If it's hormonal, how do you fix that?
Well, you can't fix the hormone if you're having a hormone change, although some women find that HRT makes their acne
Hormone
better.
replacement therapy.
And certainly, you know, birth control pills make it better, but don't try that. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just telling you.
But does that happen for men too with hormone changes in acne?
Well, not so much. They don't get the late life acne, but
Yeah.
but that's why young men, when the testosterone's through the roof, their acne is terrible.
That's why
Yeah,
why the acne comes up.
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Next, skincare myth: dry weather causes wrinkles.
Well, the whole thing is that any injury to your skin causes wrinkles or causes skin damage. So what we're talking about is renourishing and replenishing the skin. So moisturizing, protection, and winter's a rough time for our skin because of the cold, but mostly because of the dryness.
We were talking about that the other morning, how dry our skin is.
Right.
And so, you have to find the right sort of cream to put on
Right,
your
and
body.
then, if your skin's really dry, you say, well, I'll get in the shower. Well, a hot shower just dries you out more.
It does,
And then
I
you come
know.
out of the shower and you're all itchy and dry, right?
Yeah.
Water is not what your skin has in it so much as fatty lubricants. So
Yeah.
that's what you're looking for.
All right. And then the last one that you want to bring up is your skin will age like your mother's. True or false?
Well, if your mom has good skin, that's good, but you want to take care of it. So you need to be doing your own homework.
Yeah. You have to start at an early age. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
My Nana told me a long time not to be in the sun, and of course I was a sunbather, and now I know what she's talking about. She had the best skin ever. So these are some of the myths. Those are you've busted some myths. That's good.
So I brought you some Miracle 10 sunscreen, and I
Okay.
want you all to be wearing it when you're in Barbados.
Oh,
I've used
fantastic.
it.
Thank
And
you.
I've used it, and I've come back and got it a second and third time because I find actually it's very, very good.
Did we make you pay?
That doesn't even matter. Probably not.
I made him pay.
Maryland did.
That's
But it's,
great.
it actually is really, it's
Is
really good.
this in addition to what you already have right now? Is
this
this
is
a new
new,
one?
our sunscreen. Yeah,
No,
a
sunscreen.
brand newest
Good.
product
Is this for
for
face?
the family for
And
face.
what's the
Good.
SPF on that?
30.
I like
30.
it because there's no scent to it.
And you know what I like? That I'm guessing that this is not going to clog your pores either,
Exactly.
because that's what a lot of them do.
That's the whole
There's a
point.
difference between body cream and face cream.
Dr.
Yay.
Frank Lista, and if you want to get a hold of Dr. Frank and his people, go to the plasticsurgeryclinic.com. The plastic. Don't forget the.
Don't forget the.
Okay.
The plasticsurgeryclinic.com.
Thank
Nice to
you.
see you.
Thanks, guys.
You can hear all the All About Styles at